Yo, what up? It's your boy Trey back again, ready to do some more dad helps with my son.
Hello.
I don't remember what you were doing last. Something you were exploring. No, you were trying to complete the 3 tasks, right? So, just like to say thanks to anybody who joins off the journey, drops any likes, subscribes, and comments. Thank you, I appreciate you. And don't forget that bell button, because if you don't, YouTube, I guarantee, will not let you know post any videos. And let's do it.
That's how long is maybe.
You check it eventually. I'm sure. I don't know how long it's supposed to be. What?
That's the main mission. Recover more devices from prevent eating or anywhere around.
Oh. Well, the good thing is you'll get more power stuff, don't you?
Not hard. The fact that we power, that's what we get to have 3 powers. Already?
I don't know.
What?
You got spaces, don't you?
Yeah, but those are like for get a 3rd power.
Yep. But there might be another power. Yep, won't know till you get there. This first area?
The only place that had it on. Yeah, but I think what they do. I worked out everything. Okay, I got 4 potions stuff here. That was something I got.
Oh, is that one of those heat things you got a light?
No.
See that, you about to run out the way.
Oh. Okay, so that was the elevator. There you go.
Now you know. What? Man, you should be happy it does not have weapon damage.
So like weapons that do what?
Also, get everything down there?
Okay. They go through that course path.
Hold on.
Alright, let's go for it. it is. I don't even hear.
We got close to where it's walking.
No, never mind. Not even walking at all. It's just standing there. Menacingly.
Yeah, you just see the people.
Oh, I don't even. Did that look? It seems like on this Earth. Only. No, I'm pretty sure this is Earth. How do you. How this one go to end it?
You gotta take off the armor.
Yeah, it's the chest plate. What is that? He could be found. He could be found by the layer of the parallel place under the chest plate. Matter of pulling that one. Alright, well I got caught this one. Wait a minute! How did I can't climb on this thing though.
Why not?
It has ice. It has ice on it, and that ice can't freeze me. Okay, you know what? It is gravity power too. Wait, what? Wait, is that what they call? Is that what you call Earth power?
Okay.
Oh, that's power Earth. Go, 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 go.
I'll grab you. Wiggle. Huh? What? Oh, because I said wiggle. Oh, wiggle. Yeah, he got you. Oh, you just barely dodged that.
No, I was supposed to. Feature this awesome.
Probably. I'll try to grab you. We're stalling.
Alright, stop. Let him on his head. Go, 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 go. Oh! Okay, I was about to say, that was the stupidest piece of shit off that last second.
Isn't that faster than breaking off all pieces and beating them down?
Yep. Not only that, I just got the new strength. It's close nothing. So that proves my point. Oh, you only get 3 powers for each element. Oh.
Didn't give you
Give me another thing. Oh no!
What?
I think I was supposed to take the. Oh, I didn't see how to take the life out of me. Oh, that was all wasted.
I've never wasted power. Alright, you get a new power.
What up? Crazy how that's level 3, but this is level 1.
You ever got stuff to upgrade?
Yeah, still need to complete another keyboard. Sorry to complete it.
I'll go back to that.
Yeah, to take me with no.
Oh, they're probably looking for ones that are offline. The offline arcs, not the ones moving around. I mean, it said you will fight it if you need to, but
Yeah, because I would. Okay, okay. Yeah, but you know. Okay. Not in the ice. Hey, just to make sure. I don't. What is this?
okay. So don't worry about it, do another quest. Alrighty. After this, what for you to fight right now, anyway. Sounds like a personal problem.
That's the personal problem. The fact that they comprehensible. This what is taking gaming just like the gaming war.
Hey, and I asked you, are you sure you want to play this game? You said, yeah.
Well, how was I supposed to know that was one of the things?
Research. Look it up.
And I did.
No, didn't know to do that.
Well, I know not even that. Well, I like to experience stuff myself. you did you know that I like to only reason why I didn't search up this game.
If you like to experience stuff for yourself, or also the kind of person. Once you start getting discouraged in a game, you don't want to play it no more. And what you call it? And yep, as simple as looking stuff up. Just looking up a little bit about the game will tell you if something you don't like about it will be in it. That's why every time you, I want to play this game, and I'm like, no. Yours why? Because you're not going to sit there and play this game on the channel. Why not? Because you're going to get halfway through, you're going to get bored with it, and you're going to want to play something else. No, I'm not. And what happens? Get about halfway through, and then you don't want to play it no more. Shoot, there's been a couple of games that we've been like, I want to play this, and you start recording it. I don't want to play this. I was like, oh, I know you didn't want to play it, but we started it. You gonna finish? Has there not? Has that not happened before? It has.
There's one game that we haven't even went back to.
What game is that?
Dragon something? Dragon Quest?
Or Dragon Crown?
I went back to that game because we kind of level up to it. Even when we was higher, even though we was higher levels in the boss battle, we couldn't even, even though we was higher levels than one of the bosses, we literally didn't defeat it in as fast as sometimes that we just haven't went back to that game though.
You're the Bastion? You're the Bastion? Are you in the Bastion?
Yeah, really.
They can knock you out of teleport now.
But plus, I literally told you. Oh.
What?
He is also a co-op mode. Or mode. Oh me, I like co-op.
Well, I like playing co-op games too, but sometimes finding people and making people sit down to do stuff when you need to do it is hard. I just play by myself. Not talking about you. Originally, when I was live streaming, it was supposed to be live streaming with my buddy, and getting them to sit down at a specific time to do stuff with stuff going on in their life was almost impossible. And that's what demotivated me from recording stuff, or from streaming. Never meant for me to be necessarily for me to be streaming by myself, but that's pretty much what it ended up being. So I kind of stopped, and I got back and I started doing recording, and recording I can do for myself with no problem. And it's also why I haven't done many games with recording with my buddies, because they never on at the same time. They have stuff going on in their lives, stuff going on in my life. You don't have time to record stuff.
The tricky part's the balance.
It's just like if I had a bigger audience and stuff, then maybe I would have started live streaming again. I just stay with the audience. But I don't. But it is. If you lemon, just take lemonade.
Good one. Oh,
What? Since the Bastion was the upper or lower, I'm like, my net says the Bastion. Like,
that,
I'm
no,
not
like,
being
it's
smart.
not, no, it's not, no, I'm not talking about, not talking about that. It's just, this map had that flying bird that hot defeat is. I know I did defeat. Just, for some reason, it's the same enemy back here again. There's another bird here again.
Jesus.
Huh. Another.
I don't think you.
What is this?
What the fuck? What's the two of these guys on Ninja Man?
What did I do?
Anything weird thing, just every game you play, if they got a ninja mask, you put one on.
I really don't want to come in and have less than 50.
Okay.
How can I not use my fire mode?
Did you equip it?
Just equipped it with the normal bow.
Yeah.
I literally cannot even use it. Oh, I hope it's not the gaming bucket.
Where's the kill?
Yeah. Literally supposed to be equipped with the bow. So I don't give my kid use it.
The reason I'm asking because you just changed a bunch of your equipment. Right.
I'll go check what I code when I go back. Oh, that's big. Let's go!
A giant bird. Oh.
What is this now? It's really never more, what's the bird? So that feeling is I just have to look for information that's related to the asylum. Oh my, what? The fire was killing me? The fire ready!
I don't think it's easy. I just think it's because we're close enough to it.
That's still whatever. I can literally cannot get the powers out that bird. I literally had to just defeat it because I couldn't take the
Alright, now it's easy. Because you stood out in the open.
Oh, I have no clue where to go.
There's another gate you could have busted, I think. I'm sure I missed it, but I know the game probably told you something about controlling the weather thing. And what I mean by that is like, hey, you came to this area, you definitely don't want to play during cold stuff.
God,
So
it almost killed me. I was only one shot right there.
I would gonna say I don't like that they can track you through the wall.
Half, half, half.
But I don't like that they can the whole thing of oh, the weather. But I'm sure there's some way you can control the weather a little bit.
Oh, there's that one over here. That's fine. That one is also. No, this is what I can't defeat though. I mean, fortunately. Only I can.
It's just fun.
I don't.
Oh, you probably still. That's the ice thing from the bird.
Well, that's my ice mod. Wait, no, I think I did forward. No, that's the power you get from the bird. I'm pretty sure I harvested.
Oh, that's what you float up a lantern. You blew up a lantern. That's what blew up on you.
Oh, no. Oh, you did.
Literally something you just kept, you move too fast and destroy stuff too fast for me to always see what you do. But I know you be doing something, I never get the chance to see everything you do, because you just patch everything. Oh, there's an archive device.
Another tampered arm.
Oh.
That's one. So now I have 3 out of 5.
So they drop it randomly.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Those guys technically are arcs.
They're mini versions of the art.
That's the one you have issues trying to kill.
It's the one I have issues trying to kill. It's a purple one.
Bryn,
Another one.
Seb and I have been digging into the devices you recovered, and we've developed a working theory.
We'll test it against the ones you found in the field.
I didn't find all of them. Oh, I did. How did I?
Might have found 3 of them without even noticing it.
Well, I still.
How did...
I don't think this part of the station 4.
I know. They play some though, they just do.
Okay.
Put a purple one.
No, that's a good. Beautiful.
Military workshop for enchanters.
Enclave never used magic to expand its
Oh!
borders, but had to
Oh, yeah,
defend
this is
itself.
that with him.
Against nations that thought otherwise.
Exactly.
And plus, I can actually destroy these people.
Look at that. You were about to fast travel back, you'd have missed it.
Let's not put a fast travel. I'm gonna finish it for you.
Research notes from about 40 years ago, probably from an enchanter that worked here, observing arc degradation.
Oh!
Looks like there was an expected and
Oh,
normal
the
amount
gravity
of degradation
barrier. That's the
observed in the arcs following the surge. But once the arcs start killing civilians, it says, this is a systemic failure. What could that mean?
It means the Arks weren't sent to attack us as a means of defense.
They've lost control over them.
A final note scrawled on the cover page. The Archons will be no use in Asylum's execution.
Oh, I think that's it. Now, see.
Oop.
Just the item store.
Other
Yeah, I see. Here's a big thing. Tell me about more information here.
What have we found?
That I am a very great fool.
He is not a fool.
I am. Hours trying to unravel the complex enchantments in each of these devices, and Sev here, paragon of clarity, points out a single point of commonality so mundane I had ignored it.
It's
okay,
a
what was
team
that?
effort every time, Dom. What did you two discover?
What our keen-eyed friend spotted was a singular mark etched into each device.
A maker's sigil. We use them in Tarza to lay claim to a craft work. They're certified to each maker. And I've always heard we borrowed that practice from the Enclave.
Meaning this mark could be registered in public records.
The Spire is a logical next stop. Nothing comforts the rich and powerful like bureaucracy.
That's where I'll start looking then.
Now you have to move forward with your next mission. Or sabotage. Is the spire in the thing?
Fire?
Open up your map. Go to your quest. No, that's an okay. Never mind. Two different areas. So you gotta dedicate your time to what we're gonna do.
Oh, but this is Falcon.
Right to them place.
Commander's Wall.
Well, there you go. Something else to look for. There's gonna be probably enemies in there again.
You couldn't keep up to Davy on food.
Oh no, it's not covered in ice. That caught on fire mighty fast.
Come on. Can't destroy his shield.
Knocked it out of his head. I know, hold on. Okay, go back. That's what we gotta do. In that room, if I'm not mistaken. Four. One of them's not moving, or if there's something different. Nope, there is a fourth guy, or there's five guys. Right? I'll be in that room. In this left. Yeah. That's the one you unlocked, right? Hold on, Speedy Gonzalez. Look around the room first. Let me open that door. That bird would be out there. What?
You. Everything.
Or you ignored out here.
Okay, that's
Whether you're doomed.
window. Thank you. I think we did. Yeah, they're witnesses. Ooh. This is the way to get to.
Oh.
That's the room that we look.
Oh, you gotta figure out how to get down there.
After.
Out and to the left.
Here we go.
Private chambers.
I think that's
Perhaps belonging to the Bastion's commander.
A letter to the commander from Khan Stanield. He signed his title beneath the I. Times have necessitated an information blackout. The cause of the casualties must be purged from even the Bastion's most secure records. Furthermore, military personnel are to be separated from civilians unless facilitating the evacuation from Denevron. If word of the problem's true severity spreads across the populace, panic will be uncontrollable. It is imperative that asylum succeeds.
Paints a stark picture. All these documents you're finding will be illuminating. I might be able to piece this together soon. But whatever asylum is, it sounds like a large-scale military endeavor. We should find more evidence of it than just a few papers.
I need to keep scouting the Bastion then.
Well, waiting in there for you.
nice one. That's
Found a key swatch. There's a note with it. It says, Commander, it's ready. Use the harness to execute asylum.
Another key switch. I wonder if it will lead us to whatever the harness is.
Only one way to find out. With the documents you found in the Bastion already, wherever that key swatch leads must be a crucial piece of the puzzle.
I'll use it when I'm ready then.
Alright, so you gotta make a choice now.
Well,
You gotta go to the unknown location, or you gotta go back and finish your other stuff. So,
wait, we know where it is?
leave behind loot. Loot that you turning into junk. Salvage. Salvage. Salvage.
Oh,
You said it. What do you mean you don't know what it says?
Where am I? Underground.
Barrier almost looks like the veil.
And the panel looks like our scribe. Anyone know what it is?
No idea.
Similar design to a scry, but it looks like it's a permanent installation. Like it interfaces with the room. Could this be the harness?
Must be. It seems like asylum involves sealing away whatever's beyond this barrier. With this discovery and everything else you found, I should be able to piece together what asylum actually was.
I was gonna say I wouldn't try to kind of go through it, but then you tried.
oh, we have to go there.
Probably gotta complete all of the missions to do this next part. Or not.
Years after the surge, there was an inexplicable spike in casualties.
You don't think it's due to the arcs going hostile?
Well, that may be part of it, but we can't be certain due to the information blackout. All we know is that it nearly wiped the Hearthsiders out. What seems to have saved them was Asylum's execution. A defensive measure that involved sealing the underground behind a magical barrier.
Almost like the veil.
Exactly.
So the Enclave didn't just hide information from the rest of the Mater, but their own people as well.
Judging from the secrecy and a few of the letters you found, I would guess that high-level officials were paranoid. Clearly, not everyone was in favor of this measure, and some might have wished to thwart it.
I wonder who they were afraid of.
There was enough civilian unrest long after the surge that the Eye was concerned about an uprising. His response? Lock down the channels of information. Still, my guess is the uprising didn't happen, or at least lack success on a large scale. Otherwise, we would find more evidence of it.
You said the casualties spiked long after the surge. Can you elaborate on what might have caused this?
This is truly the thousand-fairer question. With the information blackout, I can't find a concrete link to the cause across hundreds of pages. Arc hostility could certainly be a factor. Clearly, numerous Weavers were killed by their own defenses. The recorded minutes from other meetings in the war room illustrate a long period of geological instability following the surge as well. Aftershocks and earthquakes and... well, not to mention the outskirts grew more dangerous each year as the creatures were allowed to breed unculled. But these threats seemed to plateau in the early years after the surge. There is no mention of the spike that resurfaced and prompted asylum.
That's so strange.
It is.
Khan Stanild gave the orders to execute Asylum. Do we know anything else about him?
Judging from the series of letters between him and the commander, it would seem that, at the time, he was recently elected. And judging from the frequency with which he followed up on the commander's progress with Asylum, this defensive measure was a key pillar in his political platform. He seemed to grow increasingly concerned with his popularity among civilians in the most recent letters.
Ugh, isn't that kind of slimy?
Leveraging a security crisis to consolidate political influence? Yes, it's incredibly slimy and effective.
And the commander? Do we know what happened to him?
It would appear that Asylum was executed successfully, so perhaps he is still alive. But until we find the Hearthsiders, we can't know for sure.
It's got to be where the Hearthsiders went, right? Remember, the letter mentioned they were evacuated from the city.
To an undisclosed location. We have no real confirmation that they are down there.
But it would make sense, wouldn't it? After all, asylum can mean shelter or safekeeping.
It can also mean prison. I know everyone wants an easy answer to where they went, but something just doesn't add up. You would think there would be at least one document linking Asylum to the evacuation of the city, and there simply isn't.
This is all interesting, but I'm not sure where it'll lead us.
Further exploration of Denevran is required. It might be an abandoned city, but it's still a city. But Bryn, there's one more thing.
What is it?
The barrier. It's exactly like the Veil.
Yes, you said that already.
No, what I mean is, the raw magic that off-gasses from the Veil is what causes the tangles to cluster at its base. In speaking with Dharm, we theorized that this second barrier could potentially be doing the same thing, except in a more pressurized environment, like, say, within a barrier of kinetic magic.
It's causing the floods of miasma.
We believe so, yes.
So if we removed Asylum's barrier, we could stop the flood.
Possibly.
I guess I need to find a way to break through Asylum.
Agreed.
Oh, well, now you gotta go all to the same area. But you gotta go to the tower. If we did that wrong, and then...
Not too heavy, not too light. Try to bring this back in one piece.
You won't. Hmm? You ever look to make sure you had the fireball equipped? Huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but absolutely. You kept, oh, I know I did not equip it. I did not equip it. Is it equipped?
Get it.
Yep. Oh, you haven't gone to this part yet. The spire? You haven't gone there yet. It's grayed out.
All this light stone is reflecting the heat.
It would be so much worse if it were absorbing it.
Oh.
Oh, 3-year-olds at that piece.
Yep.
And they're accurate.
Yep. Up to there.
Oh my god. Oh no. What did you say?
A loom near the spire. Probably for the Enclave's council members. Might not be one myself, but I'd better grab a key switch.
Oh, is this horror for these birds? I think image.
I'll be over.
There you go.
Oh no, you can get back here.
What do you have to do?
Yep. Those bugs are everywhere.
Impressive building. Wonder what's
Not
inside.
even the ice.
You kill one and wake up another one.
Yeah.
Came up to get you. What? Oh, boy. You can probably hit the light now. That.
I'd always heard the Enclave liked to keep extensive records. It's a lawkeeper's dream. Let's see if we can find a registry of Maker's sigils.
What is that?
Yeah, you know the power. Shoot that shit.
This looks like some kind of evacuation plan. Doing their research before enacting asylum, I'd wager.
Oh, your favorite.
Tables with assets listed. Looks like a tabulation of supply levels. Coordination for the runners and haulers. They remained in the city for years after the surge, according to these dates. Until they enacted asylum, at any rate. Just some birth records. Surprisingly detailed. Invaluable.
We'll have to make sure Lane adds them to our archive later.
There's something on the floor there.
Here we go. Sigils. Ah, found it. Our creator is listed here as Lucia de Grazes. 2 registered workshops, both council approved for dangerous
It's like a
materials.
boss fight area.
She must have had some pull before the surge. One is here in the city, and the other, let's see. I've been there. That frozen town out in Dredger's Mire. Better wear something warm.
I think it's important we run this one down, Rin. The water clock is dripping.
Oh, now you know.
A lot of damage this high up.
Oh. How much fire down here? Come on, pause. Stop. Back to your quest. Alright, and go up. Oh! Interesting. When did you complete the other one? Or did you do it at the same time? Did you complete 2 of the missions at the same time?
Back in the spire. Let's see if we can find a registry of Maker's sigils.
Oh, that's why you do it.
And now that. Like kind of. That's the one thing I don't want. So the materials make it look different. I don't like it. There's all sorts of things. Oh, there's the gravity. The gravity. Okay.
Probably better for that guy you keep with. You only carry 1, yeah. Well, better know what you need for where you going.
Oh, Lord. No, there's the fast travel thing here. Once the fast travel, once another fast travel begins. If you
Is it still at level 1?
it probably is. Yes, it is. I don't know how to. I literally have not been able to find a weaver in a long time. I have to find a gravity weaver. I couldn't find that one. Really? That's probably where you
Oh,
go.
there's a gate over there. That's the one you said you couldn't open. Hold on, go back to your quest. Oh, yeah, you gotta go to the top.
Hey, where's the broken arm? Where's the broken?
Grover's Gate. Grover's Gate. Right there's probably where the arch is, or where your arc is, but you have to go to the top of the map. Go get back with it. Ooh. What's here? This is the art that we get off of.
little. Whoa!
Oh, that's
Oh.
the ability it does.
Ooh. That's more damage than this.
Weaver's Rest. Said to be a common place for weavers in Lowtown to gather.
Alright, what's hiding? That's gone now.
These little.
The records say that this place was registered to ensure interest. It sure doesn't look like a saboteur or smuggler's den. On the workings of Archons by L. de Crassus. Seems promising. Dumb?
Certainly topical. Probably not enough to go on by itself, though. Still significant.
Kind of.
I'll let you. You better run. Look at you. Hey, you better run.
I go to dragon.
Cover in ice.
Oh, it's clear. Hey, here? Ooh. I could go to this one. That's where the ice place is.
Yep, that's what she said when she said it.
I think it'll be easier now since I have the hammer to go up in there. It's just we don't know where it is.
When you get closer, it'll tell you. I want to say, does your minion summoning your minion cause fire?
Oh, it doesn't. I thought the first one.
That aerolift can influence the weather. Almost certainly why things are frozen over.
Malfunctioning then.
Indisputably. The ice buildup must be causing a cyclical localized reaction.
Sure. I'll
Wow.
take care of it.
Good idea.
Also don't anymore.
Swampy environs and intense cold is bad even for Enclave parchment. Best to lower the risk.
Flambeau.
Whoa! That just cleared all the...
There. Already warming up. Hope I didn't damage the priceless artifact too much.
Finally!
Cut.
You don't gotta go here without
Make an omelet,
any
as they
more
say.
ice. Dude, was that thing like heating up the...
Areas that was frozen before.
A lot of notes here.
I could actually...
Water damage
hold
from
it.
the cold and melt, though. Let's see. Materials. Huh. That's
And
how
now
you
there's
visualize a
firemen.
pattern. Lots of marginal notes. These have to be from Lucia. Ah. She mentions a flood in the later passages.
Sev and I will look at these together with her book then. See what we can learn in context. As Aurea says, candle is burning on our flood.
I just had to go.
Yeah. Yeah, I can tell you that's not gonna. As far as it lets you do it when you're getting hit by fire.
I mean, well, you have to get hit by something. Not like a effect of... thing. Who even has glasses on?
Any luck with the materials we gathered from Lucia's workshops?
Yes. I'll let Sev fill you in.
We started with the book, which was painfully dry and highly theoretical.
Unsurprising. The Enclave was notoriously tight-lipped about the construction of the arcs.
The book was still useful, as it contained a number of craft-specific terms, shorthands and annotations, all critical. Referencing the book clarified the notes.
Without it, they bordered on deranged rant, especially at the end.
Sort of a window into her thinking.
We suspect Lucia spent a long time in isolation while working on these.
She covered many topics, but the most prominent was her work into the flood.
Who exactly was Lucia? It seems like she had a lot going on.
Brilliant, but disturbed. She harbored a severe hatred of Enclave leadership, bordering on obsession.
Reams of fiercely colorful text, just to say some very rude things, especially about the eye.
She was also, at one point, one of the most respected enchanters in the Enclave. She worked on something she refused to name, but was clearly of deep significance to the Enclave itself. Called it the source of all our problems.
Sadly, she only danced around that subject, and never offered details.
He caused the surge.
We know the Hearthsiders spent years working in Denevron after the Surge. Why do we think Lucia ended up so far from the capital?
It's evident she disagreed with the leaders of the Enclave and gathered others around her who agreed. There's talk of several meetings taking place in the Mire, most likely to be away from prying eyes.
Called her group the Verdant Minds. Very...
I like it. It's poetic.
Her workshop was a little brisk, even for my tastes. Any idea why?
She was fascinated with Enclave technology, specifically the dismantling, disruption, and repurposing of it.
She was experimenting with aeroliths, the massive enchanted stones that control the Enclave's weather. When the effect is accidentally concentrated, it can be quite intense. We suspect she was experimenting with the aerolith in relation to the floods. She predicted their start.
How do those devices I found with her mark on them tie into all of this?
In her final notes, her obsession shifted from the Enclave's leadership to the miasma flood. She was determined to find a way to stop it. On one hand, she looked to the aeroliths as a mitigation. Could they repel the miasma?
In the end, her answer was no. And so she turned to disruption. We think the arcs were tests. Could she shut them down?
And if so, could she shut down something larger?
She was clearly successful at least once. Maybe twice if we count the one outside the Veil.
Indeed. And when we're doing more general questions, that is what we must talk about.
All intriguing information. But we should focus on the flood. Does she have an answer for us?
Partially. This is the design.
Her research led her to one conclusion. To stop the floods, she needed to disrupt a barrier of some sort.
This confirms our theory from earlier. She's talking about the barrier established by Asylum.
Her design is detailed and specific. The device it would create inverts the flow of magic in enchanted objects, disrupting them for a time.
We think the devices we found on the arcs were prototypes, small experiments to determine efficacy and duration.
So what's the catch? If the floods are still happening, clearly she didn't build one.
Lucia's thimble, as she calls it, requires some highly specialized components. It has to withstand considerable magical flow, far more than what's produced by an arc.
It's like how mass scales exponentially. Just because you can build a scale model of an aqueduct doesn't mean the real thing can support its own weight.
Thankfully, that supply cache you found has the necessary materials to handle that kind of magical flow.
Solar can pick up where Lucia left off then.
Exactly. The other thing we'll need is a source of magical flame. Solar's mantle won't be enough by itself.
I can handle that part easily. Okay, so we have clear next steps. Just one more thing. What happened to Lucia?
The flood. Our best guess, at any rate. There's no sign of her.
Look at that, you're finally moving the story along.
All right,
Good 3 videos.
let's go over everything we know so far.
We know that, for a time after the surge, civilians continued to live in Tenebron until they were forced to evacuate the city. We're still not sure the cause.
Wherever the Hearthsiders went, they're still actively sending scouting groups to scavenge for supplies. From the uniform, the creeper who was watching Bryn sleep belongs to one of these groups.
We also know that a defensive procedure codenamed Asylum sealed access to the Enclave underground. This was done using a barrier almost exactly like the Veil.
Lucia, an ex-high enchantress, opposed Asylum and began working on ways to sabotage it.
Her research forecasted that the barrier would cause the Enclave to flood with miasma. The very same flood that seems to have killed Lucia before she was able to finish her thimble.
But we have her design. It could disrupt Asylum's barrier.
So Lucia's thimble is the key to our survival.
It's less a key and more like a magical battering ram.
Whatever works.
What is it, Lane?
It's just, I've pored over all the documents we've compiled, and a concrete link between the evacuation plan and the underground is nowhere to be found. I can't shake the feeling we're missing something.
The Enclave destroyed a lot of information from their documents. Could that be why you can't find a link between Asylum and the evacuation?
I considered that. The Enclave may have hidden their location from Lucia.
Being a weaver isn't about being certain all the time. It's about taking calculated risks to carve a path forward. And regardless of the Hearthsider's location, Disrupting the barrier is the only option to stop the flood.
You're right. I just hope that if we did miss something, it doesn't come back to bite us.
Even if it does,
Oh, it
we
will.
will handle it.
That settles it. Bryn, it's time to use the thimble.
Thank you for your help with that, Bryn. You've a deft hand for flame magic. You can wear Sev's apprentice hat for one day. Also, Lucia knew what she was doing. This thimble was clearly designed to pair seamlessly with Enclave constructions.
Must be her experience as a high enchantress at work.
Based on Lucia's notes and what we discovered at the Bastion, this was custom designed to disrupt Asylum's barrier.
If it can stop the flood, we need to use it soon.
Agreed. We don't know how much time we have left.
I'm curious to see. Let's go. Oh, it actually shows the next area. So I think there's something down there that they were trying to lock away versus
That
something
console
they're
that looks
running.
like our scry should be the controls for the barrier. The thimble was built to interface with it.
Time.
I'm sorry, if you're locking something away, you can always put a warning on.
Do it after steal the monsters away. We just freeze them.
Yep, told you.
Hey, look what you guys are.
Great timing. I owe you one.
You need to come with me. All of you.
Maybe. Maybe, maybe not. Once again, if you're going to lock something away, put a warning on it. Things blah 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 it's in here. Not let free.
We mustn't cause a panic.
Sure. It's not like we had a dire supplies shortage on our hands before this happened.
What do I tell the High Enchanter?
Enough. We won't discuss this further. Not in front of our guests. Identify yourselves.
Aurea Harpenay, or Silverbeak, as I'm known among Weaver circles. This is my band, and beside me is our acting point.
Bryn. And you are?
Khan Staneld, Eye of the Enclave. My colleagues are the Spindle and the Axle, representatives of the Enchanting and Crafting Guilds. Who sent you?
Sent us?
Taza? Renland? Udea? The Enclave is the envy of the Maida for its magical prowess.
Clearly one of those nations has finally grown a spine and decided to take it for themselves in our moment of weakness.
Moment.
No one sent us. We came here by accident.
What kind of fool do you take me for? You expect me to believe that you bypassed our veil, infiltrated our loom gates, and breached asylum without a national power backing you?
When you
Yeah.
put it that way.
This is a misunderstanding. We're weavers, like you. There was a brief opportunity to enter the Enclave for the first time in decades, and we took it. Everything we've done since we arrived has been to uncover what happened here after the Surge. And to find you.
If that is true, have you really no inkling of the trouble you've caused?
No.
Your reckless conduct has unleashed an enemy that nearly destroyed us 27 years ago.
The Surgeborn. They first appeared a little over a decade after the Veil went up.
Where did they come from?
No one knows. But they arrived in the Underworks before making their way to the surface.
Where they left a trail of destruction in their wake and wreaked havoc on the Enclave.
Causing casualties to rise.
And so I called for a retreat here, saving countless lives. We sealed the Surgeborn in the Underworks for until now.
We've been here a little while now. Don't you think all of this could have been avoided if you'd properly said hello?
She's right.
This is hardly our fault.
Look, Surgeborn or not, we had no choice but to remove the barrier. Though, I suppose we owe you thanks for warning us about the floods.
Who warned you?
You did.
Did we? I'll deal with you later.
While we can agree Arakim breached no contact protocol, it has proven to be the right decision. The floods were growing worse, and now they have stopped. Even if fixing them has introduced a new problem.
One my band would be more than happy to help you solve.
Ha! Work together.
Sorry to interrupt, but you mentioned your last name earlier. Any relation to Shireen Harpenay?
She was my mother. You know who she is?
Of course! I mean, before my time, obviously. But she's still renowned in the Enchanting Guild. Her work is remarkable. There's a statue of her in Denevron, you know?
Oh. I can't believe she didn't mention that.
There is so much I'd love to ask you, but for now, Aurea comes from a long bloodline of outstanding and renowned weavers. Shouldn't that buy her band some grace?
All right. Your presence in the outskirts will be tolerated. Nothing more.
What about the Surgeborn?
What about them?
Shouldn't we work together to deal with them?
We could use the help.
The Surgeborn are a problem for anyone in the outskirts, not us. Cassidon's Hold is a fortress.
The scouts do head into the outskirts to scavenge for supplies.
We'll take our own precautions. Speaking of, we have pressing matters to attend to.
But...
Enough! My word is final.
Bryn, the one that led us here is clearly the one that warned us. Try to talk to him before we leave. Maybe he's willing to work with us.
Will do.
It's a guy, and he's interested in things. Right. So, go ahead.
Hey, Arakim, was it?
Oh, just call me Arik.
Well, Arik, I never got a chance to thank you. You know, for grabbing me before I fell to my death.
I think you had it. Besides, I couldn't let you plummet into a chasm. The Eye is pretty peeved with me, but hey, that's just a bonus.
You and the Eye don't seem to get along very well.
What gave it away? The mutual contempt. The Eye doesn't like anyone who shows initiative, or challenges him. Unfortunately, those are my main qualities. And I suspect he perceives them in you, too.
Yeah, I didn't get the impression he's my biggest fan. Will you be in trouble for saving us?
I'd worry if he ever decided to get off his throne and do something about it. But he finds that throne very comfortable.
So, are you glad we're here?
I'm thrilled you're here.
I have to say, I'm surprised.
Oh, yeah. Sorry for all that cloak and dagger stuff earlier. Khan Stanild had me on strict orders not to make contact with your Weaver band. But it was the right call. From what I just saw, your presence here is having an impact.
How so?
Notice how the Axle took my side against the Eye earlier. That never happens. And the Spindle is as quiet as a mouse most of the time, but not today.
Aha. So these are big changes.
It might not sound like much, but they're excited you're here. Stanild can tell too. That's why he backed down so easily. And that's why I'm glad you're here.
So you're not upset that I breached asylum, like your colleagues?
I've been pushing to do something about the Surgeborn for years now. Setting them free wasn't great, but sealing them in the underworks indefinitely was never a good solution. Frankly, I think Khan Stanild is just annoyed you undid his one claim to fame. I guarantee he has no plans to do anything about the Surgeborn now that they're free.
You don't think he sees them as a threat?
He's got his head in the sand about a lot of things.
You seem awfully trusting.
Well, it's gonna be
of us,
interesting to watch you
considering
fight
the
those
terrible
things
first
now.
impression we've made.
I was spying on you the first time we met, so let's call it even.
Sure. Maybe you know everything already then, but have you got any questions for me?
Just one. Why are you here?
Growing up, I saw the Enclave as a symbol of what Weavers lost after the Surge. After all, we have no home to return to, and we're pariahs in most nations. But the longer I'm in here, the more I realize how much your people have lost too, and still stand to lose. I'm here to help, however I can.
That is exactly what I was hoping you'd say. If that's truly what you want, then dealing with the Surgeborn is the first step. Ever since the Veil went up, our people have been in crisis. They've spent so long in it, they're afraid to do what it takes to get out. It doesn't help that some have benefited off that same crisis.
Who?
Who always benefits? The very top. Our leaders are too preoccupied with their own concerns to form a unified front against the Surgeborn.
Such as?
The Spindle is obsessed with getting the Arcs functional again. She believes that will help us regain control. And the Axle is too stressed about our supply shortage right now. But if their concerns were handled, they could pressure the Eye to finally address the Surgeborn.
That sounds like an opportunity. And are you a representative yourself? Do you have sway?
Representative, yes. Sway? No. I represent the Scouts, meaning I'm at the meetings, but I don't have the title to back me up. The Scouts were once points like you, but our role has changed since the Veil went up. We were effectively drafted into scavenging for food and supplies. It made sense following the Surge, but it's been years. Recently, we've even been separated from Cassidon's hold and the remaining civilians. Anyway, it's the guild leaders who will need to pressure Khan Stanild into dealing with the Surgeborn. That's where my people need your help the most. Then we can start fixing the deeper issues we face.
Sounds like I've got some palms to grease.
Yuck. But yes, I'll come by your camp later. We'll be able to speak more freely there.
Why is he talking to him?
What is that about?
The Eye isn't one for idle chit-chat. That's worth watching.
Talk to you back at our camp.
You got it.
Sev, you all right?
No, I mean, yes. I'm fine.
You sure?
Bryn, the rest of us are heading out. See you back at camp.
I've got to go.
You want to stop it here, sir? Since you in a rush to stop the video?
12 minutes.
What's 12 minutes? Are you in that quickly ever heard if you want to play the game?
We want to stop it the time.
Alright guys, that is going to be it. As you can hear, he's tired of playing. So, just like to say thanks to anybody who joins us along for the journey. Drop any likes, subscribe, in the comments. Thank you. We appreciate you. And if you didn't, would you kindly go down to the bottom and drop a like, subscribe, leave a comment, and let us know what you think. And don't forget to hit that bell button, because if you don't, YouTube won't let you know that we posted anything. And we will see you guys later. We are Uggo.